What's up guys, Woody here, back with another deck preview or another deck tech, depending on whatever way you want to look at it. Obviously for Gwent, because that's what we're mostly focused on here. And this deck, or the deck that we're going to be looking at, is a Usurper deck that I've called Meta-Shutdown Usurper. If I can find it, there we go. So Meta-Shutdown Usurper, I was probably in the same boat as many other people, where I was getting pretty bored of running into the same 3, maybe 4 decks. I mean, you're getting Iced Warriors, you're getting Dagger, Harald Dagger, you're getting Shoop Nilfgaard, and Blue the Elves were popping up on the odd occasion. But it was just mostly those 4 decks, just constantly over and over and over and over and over again. Which put, for me, Gwent in a very stale place. It was like, well, either people haven't got the creative minds to go and find something new and something different, or people were just worried about losing rank and they're just net decking the shit out of stuff to try and climb rank. It could be one of 2 things, okay? Now, this isn't a rant about people net decking or anything like that. Like, I have my own opinions on that. If you want to hear me speak more about that kind of stuff, then I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. But this is going to be a deck preview, as I said. Now, this deck stemmed out of that. This deck stemmed out of me thinking, well, how do I beat Harald Two Blades? How do I beat Shoop Nilfgaard? How do I beat Iced Warriors? And that led me to Usurper, because I was like, well, Harald relies on his leader ability. Iced that's a big play, a big final play of leader ability. And Nilfgaard having Shoop in the deck, it kind of makes Shoop a 12-point card, which is the same as Cairo with Uni in hand or Uni and Cairo in hand. So it's not a game-winning card. It potentially is, but it's not every round, every game going to win the game, because you get Shoop, 1 play on Shoop. But anyway, so this deck stemmed. Now, there is another deck on the channel called Not Short Nilfgaard, and that was kind of the baseline for this deck. So we run Usurper. If you don't know, Usurper is a leader who literally disables the enemy leader's ability. So Harald can't ping for 8. So Emir can't replay a card and all that stuff. It's pretty big. A lot of people are really against Usurper. A lot of people think he takes... I've got a good friend who says he literally takes gameplay out of the game rather than adding gameplay to the game. He's kind of right on saying that, but as a control leader, yeah, well, I mean, what else do you want? So I was in the same boat. I was very much down on Usurper when I first played him. I even tweeted a little bit of a ranty, salty tweet about Usurper decks just not being good. And I will say now, this deck, I mean, it's not amazing, but I'm surprised at how powerful this deck has been. I've gone 11 or 12 games unbeaten on this. It took me from rank 13, where I went down to after trying to play around and find some fun decks, all the way back to rank 7 pretty quickly. I'm now back to rank 8, but it took me there in 1 play session. And I'm still playing this deck, and it's insanely powerful. I'm beating most... Anytime I come across Haralds, I'm normally beating them. Iced Warriors are normally a pretty easy, like, clean sweep. Shoop Emir is it depends what shoot they get and what situation they get it in. But what I'm saying is this deck's powerful. I'm waffling now. Let's just jump into what the actual deck is. So, we have Blue Dream. This card is there purely for versatility. That's all it is there for. Normally, most decks push round 1 pretty hard, meaning they're normally going to drop at least 1, maybe 2 big play cards round 1. The big cards you want to be aiming for are Unis and Kairos. We run Uni and Kairos in this deck purely for the fact that you can get it with Blue Dream, and you got a Cairo in hand, you play Uni round 1 to try and win the round. You can then play Uni again round 3 with Cairo still in hand. So you still get a second play on the combo. I've had some pretty huge plays on this. If there's nothing big in the deck against Iced Warriors, I'll normally just play Keris out of the deck, out of their drop area, and that can really piss them off. You don't get a huge play, it's only 4 points, but I found it really kind of messes with their head. I know that sounds stupid, but it does. It kind of throws their feng shui off, kind of throws their thinking of the deck off. And if people have just net decked the deck and they don't know how to play around certain plays, playing that can make them think, oh shit, what do I do next? Just a little kind of dick kind of trick, you know, that I found. T-Ball's here for 2 reasons. Tempo is a big point card that we can get on the board. And again, he can be a dick move. I've genuinely played this round 1 against Eridin, and he's pulled out Morntart. And it's been brilliant. And Morntart could go off for, I think it was about 1. Like, yeah, I've won the game because that's happened. Against Skellige, I would recommend playing them round 3, purely because Skellige, a lot of Skellige decks at the moment, especially Harald, are running Blue Dream. And also, round 3, they normally have no cards left in deck. So you're getting a full 13-point value. A little tip, you can play this against like Skellige decks. You can play him out for 13. You can then Blue Dream next turn to get their Jutta out of the drop area and play her for 12. So you're getting 25 points in 2 plays. It's pretty huge. Serenorks, it's Nilfgaard. It would be stupid to not run the Serenorks combo. Union Cairo, again, that's just a good versatile combo. Roach is in here purely for a bit of tempo and a little bit of finning. I'll come on to the finning stuff in a minute because the Mulligan update has made a huge difference to Usurper. Made him a lot more powerful, but I'll come on to that after I've gone through the cards. Asaya is an amazing card. So many people just use Asaya for bringing Roach out. I've used Asaya round 1 before when Roach is on the board to put a big card like, for example, Treason, that we'll come to in a minute. I put it back in the deck and I redrew the card and I got another big play of Treason when I was playing Tool Monsters. Don't feel like Roach is the only card you can target with Asaya. Yes, Roach is a 3-point card and 3 points comes out for free by playing Asaya. But round 1, if you play a big card, you can put them back in deck. With the new Mulligan system and being able to get through more cards, effectively having 6 Mulligans per game, there's not a bad chance of you drawing into something again. Vice versa, throwing Keris back in the deck against Skellige, throwing a big-bodied monster unit back into the deck for Woodland or even Eredin, so they haven't got a consume target, can win games. Gimpy, he's just in here for face aggro, purely that. Normally, I mean, he's 7 for 8 base value if you get lucky. I genuinely had a play where, I can't remember her name, when she takes damage, spawn 1 to the right, a whole row filled up, completely cleared the row. It was amazing. It was one of my most biblical moments I've ever had on stream. Gimpy is a great card and underused, I feel, sometimes. Treason, I don't know why more people don't run this card. I've had huge plays with Treason. We're talking 20-point plays, especially against Tool Monsters. They've played Osriel or Malero round 3 because I've got T-Bor in the drop. So they've eaten my Osriel. They've then played a Ghoul and they've then played a 13 cost body or a 10 cost body. Treason is getting 20 to 24 point damage with 1 play. And it's wiping those cards off the board. It's huge. Like the minimum I get with this is normally 8. You normally got 4 and 4s lined up, especially with Kara and Uni. Minimum I'm normally getting is 8 with Treason, which 8 points with a card is pretty big. Orcs, as I said, we've got Orc Seret. Lacerate, this card could be changed if you wanted to. I've just found the consistency of Lacerate. I put it in the deck, just kind of, I didn't know what to put in there. And I'm normally getting minimum 8 points off Lacerate, so it's pretty good. It can also be used to clear, if you're playing Eredin, Morntar Eredin, they play Morntar second from last play. Obviously they can't immune it because, hey, we don't have immune, we shut their ability down. If they do immune it with Avalanche, it doesn't matter, you just lacerate the shit out of it and it's dead. Easy. Peter is a great... Peter's not a great card. Peter's a very good card when he works. So many decks, you normally get a minimum 4 value out of it with Uni boost. Against monsters, it's huge. Against monsters, these 2 cards win me games against monsters. Peter resets it, so they play a Ghoul, we reset it to 1. Van Hemmer, basically, he destroys a locked enemy unit. We run Orcs as a lock, and we run 2 Alba Armoured Cavalries as locks. We've got 3 lock targets. If round 3 against Tool Monsters, I have Peter in hand, I have Van Hemmer in hand, and I have 1 lock unit in hand, I'm pretty confident that I can win. Purely because I can ramp the tempo enough to then just clear 2 huge bodies off the board for them guys, and they haven't got the 8 boost from Woodland. Imperial Brigade, just finning. It gets 6 points on the board at first. It's pretty big. Like I said, it is thinning the deck out, and I'll come to that more once I've gone through the cards. Alba Armoured Cavalry, Northern Realms locks are amazing. Other factions, they're okay, but it links in well with Van Hamer. Try to hold one off towards the last play because they're holding off on cards. Like say they have Union Kara, they're going to boost an 8 cost card. You want to try and clear a big body card with your Van Hamer. You don't want to be throwing it out willy-nilly. So hold on to a lock as long as you possibly can. Bomb Heaver is in here. This is the big change I made with the Mulligan update. I used to run Frenzy Dow. I quite simply took Frenzy Dow out, put Bomb Heaver in. That was it. I was back down to my 160 because I had to drop But again, I'll talk about that in a minute. Cool, I'm like really setting that up, aren't I? Nausicaa Sergeant and Magni Division, probably the two best ramping cards in the game at the moment, especially in this deck where pretty much every card has a deploy, there's no orders. And this guy just ticks over for fun. Slave Driver, nice synergy with Cavalry and Orcs. I've had this guy going off with Locks against them as well for like an 8-point swing. He's done 6 damage and come out for 2 as well. Spotter can be changed completely for whatever the hell you want. I was running Walls for a little bit, but I quite like the excitement Spotter brings. You know, you dropping them down. Ooh, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? And yeah, I quite like that excitement. So the reason Usurper is genuinely more powerful and genuinely stronger now after the Mulligan update, which is an incredibly good update. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs. There's lots of videos out there for it. I'll talk about it more on stream, probably later today. But the Mulligan update and the new provisions update to leaders, amazing. Best thing to Homecoming, I think, since patch-wise, definitely. Is the fact that now you get 6 Mulligans with Usurper through just the way the patch works now. Now, a lot of people would say, well, sure, you should be running Witches to then thin more, because now you can run Witches with Usurper. There's an argument to be made for that, but I feel like I've played, since the patch has come out, I've played 10 plus games with this deck. And being able to mulligan cards each round, I've normally found a card I want each round. By the time to the final round, I've got 7 cards left in deck. And because I've played most cards I want, I normally have 1 or 2 cards I want to find. Every now and then I'm not finding 1 or 2 cards here, but I don't feel like that means I should put 9 points in for 21p just to try and find those last couple of cards. The consistency in this deck is pretty good as it is. There's not many bronzes you don't want. You normally get these early on, and that thins out anyway. Roach helps thins out as well. Getting Magni Divisions and Nausicaa Sergeants round 3 is only a good thing, because you can ramp the round 3. Slave Driver isn't a bad card. Spotter, it's in there because it's a 4 cost. It can be if you can game winning, if you get extremely lucky on it. Bomb Heavers is the same. Like if they're running artifacts, if they're running a Herald deck that's running Spear round 3, you get rid of that Spear. They're really struggling with their blood, especially against Usurper. They're really struggling to get that blood first off, which is great. So drawing into the bronze isn't a bad thing. So thinning isn't really an issue here. I actually find not thinning means that I have more versatility. I can kind of choose what cards I want to keep and all that. And I know that sounds a bit alien, a little bit weird, but the update mulligan for having 2 per turn with Usurper, even though you only get 160 provisions, is huge. It's absolutely huge. But yeah, I've kind of spoke about this deck for, wow, like 10 minutes now nearly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into some gameplay. Like I said, I don't try to fly through decks. I actually want to talk through the decks on these ones. We're going to gameplay. We'll watch a game. We'll just do one game to keep the video not too long of this deck playing. But we're going to the game now. So I'll talk through what I'm playing, why I'm playing it. And like I said, this is a seriously strong deck. I've gone 11 or 12 games unbeaten with this deck. Then I lost 1 and I won another 2. Like, I've played around with some other decks, hence one went back down to 8. But this is a deck I'm going to be using to push higher ranks, because people hate playing Usurper. And you shouldn't feel bad playing a deck that's countering against a current meta. I do think the meta is going to get a big shift the next week as people get used to the new provisions, start having the ability, and not just the ability, the confidence to play around with new decks. But I do think I think the meta is going to, it's already started to shift. I do think we're going to have a big shift in the meta in terms of what decks are top tier net decks. But anyway, enough of that. Let's jump into a game. Woodland is going to be a tough matchup. There's 2 ways, there's like 2 win cons with Woodland against Woodland. And we have them both in hand. We need Van Hamer and we need Peter if we want to win against Woodland. We have a lock. We don't need 2 of these. Good, we have another lock. We don't need you. Yeah, we cannot use these cards round 1, and we need to kind of hold on to a lock. The idea is we really want to push and win round. We had Gimpy, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? We do have Seret though, because we lock all of these as well. So I think that's probably the best play to start off with. It's just to lock all these in hand and in deck. So that's all. Neckers are now useless 1 cost cards, which is pretty huge, to be honest. Play Magni Division next. We haven't got a Noise Sergeant, so we can start throwing these out. Who knows, maybe we get lucky on Spotter. But we need to... Yeah, basically we need to get last place, so we can have Peter on a Ghoul or Osriel, and we can have exactly the same. Van Hamer on a Ghoul or Osriel. That's the plan. Let's see how lucky we get, shall we? Let's go fishing and see what we pull out. A 1. A 1. Wow. I mean, the 13 would have been nice. Oh, he's in hand anyway. There he is. I just wanted to thin the deck out, and chances are we're probably going to pass next round, next turn. I mean, they may even pass now, but we're going to pass, and yeah, we're 18 behind against Tool Monsters. We have resets, so we're better with the resets than we are with the big boys. The issue here is they really push us round 2. We're going to use up all our resources, and then round 3 is going to be complete luck of the draw. What do we draw into? We start the unique combo. We have Treason is amazing, or can be amazing against Tool Monsters. Okay, so we have 2 locks in hand, which is nice for this. You can get rid of Thrive, which is always nice. Get rid of Thrive, gets Roach out for some tempo. Lacerate can be good. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know if we need 2 locks though. We save them. We keep them in hand just in case. They're going to push us this round. It'll be silly for them not to push us this round. We're going to lock that straight away. And we save our last lock for our combo with Van Hamer. We're hoping by locking this, maybe they might think about taking a long round, round 3. There you go. So we just need to throw away 1 more card, which is probably going to be this guy here. Yeah. Okay, so we don't get last say, which is irritating. I'm not saying irritating, it's slightly annoying, but we do get a chance to... They only have 1 consume target in their thingy, the 13 boy. Chance are they use him as last play. Now we really want T-Ball here. Okay, Uni's very good. I don't know how good. I think I'll take you over Nausicaa, over Magni, and come on, any one of these 2. This would have been amazing. We got a 13 boy out. Amazing, amazing. Would have been good. And it didn't. You just didn't get him. Just didn't get him. So I mean, there's an argument to be made that Witchers could fit in the deck, but my issue with that is, and I've said this many times, Witchers are a perfectly fine card for thinning, but just 9 power for 21p is just, and especially when Usurper's only got 160, not the 165 now. There's a lot of provisions you're giving up for 3 cards. I'm going to throw a Roach out, get some tempo on the board. See where that goes there. Like I said, Thrive is a pain. 1 Thrive unit we don't mind too much. So we can get rid of this guy probably with Seret, because like I said, the Thrive, we don't want the Thrive getting out of hand. The big boy's been kind. I could have used you actually, Slave Driver. I did think I had Slave Driver in hand. Okay, there we go. So that's perfect. That's our Peter target. So there's a Peter target there, and they still have. So they now have a 13 and a 10 drop in their drop zone or graveyard. Do we play Peter now? Is the question. There's not much else I want. We can play Slave Driver on you actually. Put you back down to a 1. can play Cairo to get rid of you. Like I said, we don't want the Thrive going out of hand. I don't know how much value we're going to get on Lacerate here, to be honest. Okay, perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So that's a bigger reset, isn't it? So I think what we do now is we throw you out and we lock you. So that resets by 9, that resets by 10. This is still going to be a tough game to win. Just by the size of the... They got a big boy in hand. I don't think we can win this game. However... Don't have too many big boys in hand. We have a chance. We need more value on Lacerate, really. So this is going to just put us in the lead. Just. We need them to play on to... Well, it doesn't matter. We don't get full value off Lacerate either way. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can get a free cost card out. I'll be amazed if they can't. Yeah. A Tibor, Uni, something else in there here. The Treason, something else here would have... There you go. We won it. We won it. That's why I've always said Regis is a very limited situational card. But there you go. I'm going to be completely honest. I was pretty surprised to win that game then. Yeah, I don't know if we deserved to win that game, but we did. And that's against Woodland. That's probably one of this deck's toughest matchups, because Usurper really struggles with tempo, really struggles getting big numbers on the board, whereas Woodland, like, probably shits that stuff for breakfast, don't they? So, but then that just shows you how versatile that can be. Yeah, we got lucky that their last card was Regis, but nevertheless, it just shows, and that's with 3 or 4 big cards in the deck. Now, I'm not saying this deck's tier 1. By no means this is deck tier 1. You're probably looking at 2.5. But it has carried me a long way up. It's carried me from rank 13 basically to rank 7, along with a couple of other decks. But it's been very good. It loves Howard matchups. It kind of really thrives in Howard matchups. I don't think I've lost a Howard matchup, in all honesty, with this deck. And yeah, I find it quite fun to play. It's not a degenerate Usurper deck. It's just mid-range, using Usurper as a leader just to shut down the kind of current meta where it's lots of people are running as I said, the Heralds, the Broovers, even Iced Warriors having the ability to replay Hemdall is really powerful, and taking that away from them is huge. You clear Hemdall off the board straight away. That's it. Like, they haven't got another play. That's their win con gone. But give the deck a try, guys. Like I said, it's going to be linked below. So if you want to check the deck out, it is linked below my Gwent Up profile. I do stream Mondays. I stream Monday, Wednesday evenings. This is UK time or GMT time. And then Sunday mornings all the way through to mid to late afternoon. I love Gwent. I'm having a lot of fun with Gwent at the moment. So yeah, stop by the streams, come and say hi. We listen to 80s music, we drink beer, we chill out, we have fun. And if you like these videos, guys, then give them a little like. It kind of shows to me that actually people do like these videos that we do here. I try to put as many unique and decks that I've made up here. Every now and then there'll be decks that I've used to climb, that I've kind of taken from inspiration from other Gwent players. But most of the time there'll be decks that I've been playing around with, being experimental with. I'm currently working on an Ethne deck, which should go up next week. But yeah, Anyway, guys, like I said, if you like the videos, give me a little like. And if you want to keep up to date with more kind of Gwent content and up to date with more decks that I'm going to be making, playing around with, and trying out, then make sure you subscribe to What's Up Woody. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.